Are there any books that you could recommend to our viewers?
There are a few. Actually, if you came to my trading room and you saw what was there, I probably have. I've got lots of books on personal development, success, mindset, all sorts of things. I haven't got a huge amount of trading books, but the ones I've got I think are really powerful. Definitely Market Wizards and New Market Wizards, because the stories are anecdotal and you get a real insight. You're listening to an interview with a trader, so they're great. The kind of standard book on trading mindset is Trading in the Zone, Mark Douglas. I like 80% of it. There are a few things that in there that I don't completely agree with, but I don't think you need to completely agree with everything in a book. Mark's no longer is, but that is a wonderful book that he wrote. So yeah, Trading in the Zone, Mark Douglas, New Market Wizards, and High Performance Trading is another great one on trading mindset. It's more relevant once you've been trading for a while. I remember reading that book going, it was like listening to myself and listening to what I would say to my students.
Do you have any recommendations for websites that you would use for global macro stuff?
For me, I like to keep the noise minimal. So I like Forex Factory. So forexfactory.com. It's got a simple coding system, red, amber, and yellow, amber, red in terms of severity of the news announcement. It tells you what the news announcement is. It tells you what the news announcement was previously. It tells you what time it's happening. You can set it up depending on what time zone you're in. But what I like about that is it's not barking at you. It's not like watching CNBC or anything like that, where the news is there to sort of suck you in. It's just the simple facts, simple numbers, and then I can stay away from that particular market or trade that or not trade that market at that time. I don't like the forums on there. I don't like being involved in that, because you can get sucked into an argument that's irrelevant to what you're doing, and you don't know the context. It's not that there's not good stuff on there, but you don't know the context behind what that person's saying. So I like it purely for the news calendar.
What's your main information source for generating new trade ideas?
Believe it or not, it's the community. So within new traders, experienced traders, so there's a group of us. There's about 5 or 6 of us that are they're my team, that they're moderating and coaching other students, and it often comes from random conversations. So Martin might say, "Oh, I was looking at this new counter trend strategy that I see at the end of the day," and I was like, "Okay, so what is it?" And he'll explain the criteria, and it's not necessarily I take those criteria, but I think, "Oh, I've seen something," and then a strategy can happen once. So something only has to happen once for you to then be able to go and test it over a period of time. So I would say now it's the Trader Support Club community.
How do you keep up with the financial markets? Do you use the Financial Times? Or
For me, I find all that does is sway my decision. So I have the main site that I use Forex Factory, that I use for news on a day-to-day basis. I have a couple of websites that I will look at, and I have one subscription it's a macroeconomic subscription, and I read that. It airs on the side of the end of the world, but I can filter that out and look for the key information within it. But I don't look at necessarily what that person's opinion is. I look at the numbers and the stats that are within that, but I keep it very light. I'm actually quite badly informed in terms of what is happening within sectors and with industries, because it doesn't serve my trading style.
Do you have a mentor, or are there any influential people that have helped you along the way?
I've had, it depends how you class a mentor. I've had people that I've gone and learned from trading over in the US and here. I don't have a specific trading mentor at the moment. I think a lot of the people I know a lot of the people that I am with now are at my level, and I have a principle, kind of like a guiding principle, which is I want people around me that are doing as well or better to learn from, because that way if you stick your hand in the pot of glue enough, it'll stick. So I've got people in different areas. So in business, so with the training element, there are certain things I want to put in place. So I'm like, well, who's done it really well? We'll go and find out how much they cost and work with them. So I'm a big believer in coaches and mentors. Like I've got a personal trainer. I could probably go to the gym and work pretty hard because I'm quite determined, but it's those few last reps and that thing. So yeah, I try and find people that are good in the area I want to be good at and learn from them.
Whom of your peers do you most admire, and why?
I would say, he's a good friend, but definitely Charlie Burton. I think from both of our perspectives, and from what I see from Charlie all the time, is he's doing it. So, and the same with me. Whenever I put a trade up on our Facebook page, or I'm in my trading room, people are seeing my account and my trade. And it's not that necessarily if somebody isn't doing that you can't learn from them, but it's the fact that I think you learn at a deeper level if what you're seeing is live and current. So it's not that other people in the industry aren't doing that, but I know Charlie is. And you know, we had a couple of battles at the Forex show, trading live together, and yeah, I respect the way he trades and how he does things.
Do you have a shrink that you phone to just like?
No, but Charlie and I will talk about trades. So yeah, it'll be like, oh, I've just closed out, and I know I'm feeling guilty because I shouldn't have got in the trade, or I'll be like, oh, God, I could have got more from that trade. Because I think, and that's the thing I say to my students is, I'm human. And I think in this industry, there's a lot of this, the guy at the front of the room is perfect, is a guru. They've just basically got more experience and have been willing to do maybe the things that other people weren't, but they're certainly not perfect. Like I said, I still make mistakes. I still say to people, I don't trade Fridays or trade after 9 o'clock, and I'm there at 10 to 11 or whatever. So, we're human beings, but my mistakes and my rule breaks have to be 1 in 100. Not 1 in 5. It's not that I don't make them.
Are there any traders or investors in your sphere that you respect?
From an investment point of view, I think it's not somebody that I know, but Paul Tudor Jones, one of the most successful fund managers of all time. I like his approach. He's all focused around risk and having very big risk to rewards on trades. So not being afraid to be wrong, but then having a 5, 6, 7, 8 to 1 return. And I like the fact that he pays a performance coach. He pays Tony Robbins $1 million a year plus extras to coach him. So even at that level, he still realizes that having somebody to push him and coach him in that area is important, and he's not afraid to let people know about that.